Good morning. Out on my morning cardio ride once again, and today I don't really have a destination in mind yet. It's pretty early in the morning, not that early, but at 9 a.m. It's kind of late for me, but anyhow, I'm gonna go down to the Humber Trail path system and just do a little ride and talk. A few things I want to discuss with regards to the safety in Toronto, the safety of path systems, the overall safety walking around as a civilian. And yeah, that's it. Once I get down to the path I determine I want to ride along, I'll continue the video. Stay tuned. Now I'm down in the path system, and I'm riding on the east side of the Humber River, going north between Lawrence and the St. Philip's Bridge. I'm going to stop at the St. Philip's Bridge because I don't want to go up those stairs today, and I'm going to show you, let's go over a few things here. Little homeless encampment here. That wasn't here last time I was here. I was here about maybe 3 weeks ago. That wasn't set up. So I did a video, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months ago, and I was sitting in High Park at the time. And the premise of that video was, are Toronto parks and Toronto trail systems, pathways, are they safe? And my answer to that, without causing paranoia or without coming across as, you know, being scared to leave my house, because obviously I'm not scared to leave my house, I would say the answer is no, they are not safe. With today's society and the way it is, they've never been more dangerous, and they're increasingly getting more dangerous by the day. There was a 71-year-old lady, I believe it was in the East End, was stabbed to death in a grocery store parking lot. I believe this was last week, in a grocery store parking lot, by a 14-year-old assailant. He was trying to steal her car, carjack her car, as she was putting groceries in her car. So she said no to giving the guy, the little kid, the keys, and well, he decided to kill her with a knife. He stabbed her. Oh, there's a pack of wild coyotes up here. So yeah, so it was unfortunate, very unfortunate, that lady encountered that 14-year-old, and that 14-year-old was out on bail for previous car thefts. So he subsequently, they released under the Youth Justice Offenders Act. They went to a judge and they requested permission to publish his photo, because obviously he's a dangerous guy. You know, you take a look at his picture and he looks like there's something mentally wrong with him, without a doubt. But they only had the allowance to put his picture up for a few days. His picture has subsequently been put down, but this person has also went on his social media and explained to whoever, one of his homies who he was talking to, why he stabbed the woman. He didn't seem remorseful whatsoever, and he you know, and the way he spoke, I guess it was English, but you know, if you didn't know anything about the streets and street talk, you wouldn't even understand what this guy was saying. But they subsequently caught him, and he's being held in custody now. Hopefully he's held in custody until the trial and whatnot. But there you go, 71-year-old lady stabbed, married, kids and grandkids gone. So also last week or the week before, got some construction coming up here to my right. So I'm gonna pass this, hold on one second. This building here is falling right off the cliff. Been like that for a long time. So obviously a major construction project to try to save that building. So last week or the week before, they also, a jury acquitted a teenager of murder. Listen to this story. Acquitted in Toronto, acquitted a teenager of murder. And the reason they acquitted him, they said it was self-defense. In the commission of self-defense, one teenager shot another teenager that apparently had approached them or indicated that he had a knife on him. So the kid that took the handgun to school shot the kid at the same school. I don't know if they were students at the school or what, but they were teenagers. Shot the other kid to death. And I don't know when this occurred. I'm thinking 2024 as well. And a jury acquitted the kid of murder because it was self-defense. Now in Canada, you know, handguns they're restricted weapons. You can't even buy a handgun since I believe 2022 or 2023 in Canada, due to the liberal policies, the constricting gun regulations. Let me just get by this construction. So anyone that has a handgun in Canada, it's illegal. Not to own one. If you owned one before, like I said, 2022 or 2023, if you owned one legally and you had your restricted pallets, possession and acquisition license, if you had a restricted weapons permit, you could own one, but you certainly couldn't carry it. There is no open carry or concealed carry laws in Canada. You cannot, if you leave, even to bring your restricted weapon home, i.e. a handgun, you have to let the police know that you are transporting this gun. Most people with handguns, legally owned handguns, leave them at a shooting range. They don't even transport them. So if anyone has a handgun in Canada, they're criminals. They're carrying one in the commission of criminality. So for this jury to acquit this kid of murder, in my estimation, it's first degree murder, because if you leave the house with a handgun, and I would argue that if you leave the house with a knife, to a lesser extent, it you know, that could be misconstrued or construed as murder as well. But if you're leaving the house with a loaded handgun and you're going to school and you end up shooting another kid, that's murder. So this jury and our legal system in Canada, more specifically Ontario and Toronto, have set a precedence. So now anyone that carries an illegal handgun, if they shoot another person, they just say it's self-defense. Like, this is ridiculous. So if I ride in this bike today in this park, and I'll show you where I am. I'm surrounded by buildings. These are all Weston Road buildings. They're all Weston. They've been here forever. I lived in one with my brothers, and I lived in it by myself. 2202 Weston Road. I lived up here for a couple years, so I know the area very well. So if anywhere on my bike today I have a concealed handgun, which I could put it in numerous places, I could even carry it on myself, and I know YouTube doesn't like when you say gun, so it is what it is. My channel's so small it doesn't matter anyways, and I'm not monetized, so I don't really care. But if I were to get pulled over with by the police with a handgun on me, it would be big problems for me. It would be big problems. So for a teenager in possession of an illegal handgun, probably sourced out of the United States, like 99.99% of them are, and he gets away with it, it's ludicrous. So what they're doing, the Liberal government is what I call in the process of managed decline. They are purposely allowing this to manifest and fester, to usher in societal breakdown. They want people afraid. They want the judicial system quagmired with violent cases. They want the judicial system quagmired with various different cases. So, a Rhodesian Ridgeback here. Is that a Rhodesian Ridgeback?
It is.
Yeah, nice dog. The Lion Hunter. How you doing, buddy? You don't see too many of these around.
Hmm?
You don't see too many of these around.
Oh, well, you do if you're in the circle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good dog.
Thank you.
How old is he?
He's 5.
Yeah, he's in good shape, eh? He's got the big ridge. Hey, buddy.
It's actually a little short to
Yeah?
perfect.
Can I give him a dog treat?
But, oh, prefer to give him one of
Yeah,
mine.
yeah. I got Costco beef treats here, but they're good treats.
Liver and lambs too.
Oh, he likes those, eh?
He will sit and shake.
Oh, he's a good boy. I don't need him to shake. He's a good boy. Yeah.
We'll get double once.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, he's a good dog, man.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day. Watch yourself down here. So, anyhow. Yeah, I love those dogs. Nice dogs. He wasn't the most friendly guy. But you know what? I'm a sucker for the dogs. I would prefer just to talk to the dog and not that guy. He's a good thing he's got that dog, because the guy was about 4'10". Yeah, so they set a dangerous precedence with now, do I know if this kid is going to get charged with gun offenses, like you know possession of a illegal restricted weapon, carrying a concealed weapon? There's ammunition. The amount of ammunition that you carry is compounded in your sentencing or your charges. So I don't know. Time will tell on that. But this city, a lot of people, like a lot of leftists, people that are left leaning, will say, "Oh no, it's not. This city's not dangerous. You know, it's all fabricated by the right leaning people." And you know, if you watch any of my videos, you can tell I'm around the city a lot, and I know how to navigate the city. Am I the most streetwise person out there? No, but I know how to operate around the city, and I can 100% unequivocally tell you that these path systems are not safe. Like, look at the bushes, look at the river. I see women, single women, walking these trails at night, and there's lots of people walking these trails in the day by themselves. Now, about 2 months ago, I believe it was a 62-year-old woman was walking along what was it, Parkside Drive in High Park at, I believe it was 10:40 at night. So, you know, it's dark, it's pitch black. These parks are pitch black at night. And she was walking just off I know the trail, a little gravel walking trail. I believe the tennis courts are near there. Regardless, someone came out of the woods, grabbed her, 62-year-old lady, grabbed her and physically assaulted her, caused bodily harm to her, and sexually assaulted her. I don't know the extent of the sexual assault. I don't know if it was a rape. I don't know. But regardless, you know, you lay hands on people, even touching them, it's an assault. We're gonna get some rain maybe. So, you know, I posted that on my Facebook about that woman that was assaulted a couple months ago in High Park, and I got some people saying, well, you know, you shouldn't be afraid to walk anywhere. Yeah, I get that. In a perfect world, yeah, you shouldn't be afraid to walk anywhere. But I'm telling you, this is far from a perfect world. So my advice to people, especially women, I understand that, you know, you want to get out and get your exercise, and walking through the park and riding through the park is nice, trust me, because I like it. But a person my size, I'm down a little bit of weight, thank Lord. I'm 275 pounds, and I can still handle myself pretty well. You know, for a lady, I don't know the size of this lady that got assaulted in High Park, but the man, they caught the person. I don't forget his age, he was 5'10", slender guy. So I seen a picture of him, slender, and you know, for me to have a problem with this guy, it would probably be a bigger problem for him than it would me. But for a lady, it's not going to be a problem for that guy to overpower a lady, unless you're, you know, you're a brown belt, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or you're a boxer, you take boxing lessons, stuff like that. You can protect yourself. But this lady, I don't think, had any of those attributes, and she paid the price. So yeah, parks aren't safe in Toronto. Nowhere is safe in Toronto. Even especially when you're walking to a less extent on a bicycle, and in a car to a much less extent. Public transit is very dangerous. In Toronto, my feeling about public transit is it's an open air mental institution. There are people that are mentally compromised that just ride the TTC all day, and they're very dangerous people. There's been multiple homicides in the last 2 years on the TTC. Coming up a big hill here. Gotta put it into a higher gear here. And so the TTC safety issue is well documented. Parks and pathways are becoming increasingly more dangerous. Be very careful. Know your surroundings. Have your situational awareness on high alert. Because this poor lady that got stabbed by a 14-year-old punk ass, it's the way society is now. It's that hoodlum mentality. And when they talk to one another, like this guy, when he posted the video, the 14-year-old kid, I did post it on my Facebook, but I took it down. It would have been taken down anyways by Facebook. He's talking to some other guy, and they're talking in code, and I can read between the lines what's going on there. He called when he said he admitted to stabbing the lady, but he called it yoke. He had to yoke her like an egg yolk. So that's I guess street slang for messing someone up. But the poor lady died. So I don't know, and it's only going to get worse because we have soft on crime release systems. The bail system, you can get bail far too easy. Then I believe in last year, I don't know if it's a federal law or a provincial law, if you are recognized as a visible minority, there is actually another step involved when it comes to sentencing, or I think it's sentencing, I'm not exactly sure, that they take into consideration your upbringing. They take in consideration your living, how you lived, what psychological trauma you experienced from the country you came from, what psychological trauma did you experience from your parents, from school, prior arrests. They take all this in consideration, and I knew this. I knew this provision was in the court system. And obviously, if anyone in the commission of a crime can go back and say that their life was hard, and their mother yelled at them, their dad wasn't around, and they did this and did that, and that's what forced me to do what I did, well, anyone could do that. So it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's just making the system more attractive to people that want to commit crime than do a video about it, or a rap video about it. Like this guy Top 5, this Toronto Somali rapper. The guy's a piece of work. Just did a rap video in a jail, got a crooked guard to bring in a cell phone for him, and he did a rap video. He's good friends with Drake, and so anyhow, he's up on gun-related charges right now. But he gets to leave the country. He goes to the UK, United Kingdom, I believe London, yeah, it was London, to watch a Drake concert like 2 weeks ago, or last week. So over there, I guess he was running his meathead gait, flapping his lips, and some guy stabbed him over there. And apparently stabbed him pretty good. I don't know the extent of his injuries, but he's still alive, so probably not good enough. And so my understanding is he's still over there. I'm not sure. But how does the Canadian government, the Ontario government, allow a person that is out on bail, he's got pending gun charges, obviously illegal gun, this guy doesn't have an RPAL, and he goes and gets stabbed in London, England, because he's a buddy with Drake. Like, this is ridiculous. This is getting to the point where people have had enough of this. I'm telling you. That's where it's at. And I'm telling you, this is not just a Toronto thing. This is a Western society thing. This is getting to the point where people understand that the police aren't going to protect them. The police are not going to protect people. And when the police, excuse me, and I'm not blaming the police. I really am not. They have their hands tied, proverbially their hands are tied. And what has to happen? The Crown prosecution and judges and the parole boards and politicians got to start being held accountable. So when someone gets released from jail, or not even jail, well, I guess jail, and they get like a low bail or a promise to appear or an ankle monitor, whatever, then they go out and kill people. You know what? There should be provisions where you can sue the people that signed off on the paperwork to release this person. Then you'd see this shit stop. Then you'd see it come to an end. Until then, the cops are like, they're desensitized. Like, you know, just being down in court, being down in this court building, the Ontario Court of Justice, right behind City Hall, New City Hall, you know, I don't go to court. I'd never seen this. I didn't even know there was a court there until I went down there in June. And, you know, you can just tell, like, the people in victim services, I actually knew a girl that works in victim services. I've known her for years. I didn't know she worked for victim services. When I came into the victims, and I wasn't, I was just supporting the people, my friends. So I come into the victim services area of this huge court building, and I see a girl that I know there. And I'm like, oh man, what happened to her? And it turns out she was actually working for victim services. So anyhow, and you know, I said to my friend when I was down there, I looked around and I go, you know what, with our lax immigration laws, with our lax catch and release laws, our lax sentencing, our almost non-existent bail, we wouldn't even need this building. And this building must have been like, I don't know, 15 stories tall or something. It was a huge building. So, like, I understand it keeps the wheels of justice greased with money, but you know, it's very disheartening. So I don't blame the police. It's not the police's fault. They're desensitized to it. You know, they catch a person in the morning, they make bail, they arrest him again in the afternoon. I think Pierre Poilievre, yeah, the official leader of the opposition, he lost his seat in Ottawa Carleton because of a sketchy Elections Canada. And they're doing the same thing to him out in Alberta right now, where they're putting like 100 people on his ballot. Complete sketch. And even he said, he quoted where the police arrested someone in the morning, out again and arrested again in the afternoon. And also with Tamara Lich, and I can't think of the guy's first name, Barber, they were singled out as the key organizers of the Freedom Convoy in February of 2022, and they've been arrested back in 2022. They're both arrested, and they've been fighting the legal system ever since 2022. So now they've been convicted of mischief. They've been convicted of mischief, which is a very low charge. And what mischief is, in my estimation, is just a charge that they just throw at you when they really can't pin anything on you. They say, oh, it's mischief. So anyhow, the Crown Attorney is asking, the Crown prosecutors are asking for 8 years for Barber and 7 years for Tamara Lich. So they want to give substantial sentences to people that didn't cause any bodily harm, weren't caught with a weapon, weren't caught molesting children, just for people that organized the biggest and most significant rally in human history, in Canadian history for sure. And so then you look at the kid that just got acquitted of a murder with an illegal handgun in a high school. You know, it's a two-tier justice system. People on the left will say, oh no, that's ludicrous. Well, come on, man, come on. Stevie Wonder could see this. You'd have to be half a fucking retard, honestly, to not see this. So anyhow, that's my my rant for today. It's a long rant. And if you have any questions or concerns, please leave in my my comment section, and I'll get back to you promptly. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's all you see too, is marijuana shops on every corner.